Hello, everybody. I'm David, and today I want to talk about this whole Rotten Tomatoes drama. If you haven't heard, apparently on Memorial Day weekend in the US, Canada doesn't get Memorial Day weekend. We got Victoria's Day long weekend, which was the week before. But on Memorial's Day long weekend, apparently it was like one of the lowest Memorial Day long weekends since 1999. And the movies the new ones that came out this movie, some people feel, the studios feel it underperformed, which were Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tells No Tales, which I did a review for, so go check that out, and Baywatch, which I did not check out. And the studios, I guess, and maybe some of the actors or whatever, have been accusing Rotten Tomatoes that, it's the critics' fault that the movie's underperformed. Because if this was before the days of the internet, the movies would have been guaranteed hits. That's from my understanding, from what I read online or what I heard online. You can go search it up. Go check out Collider. I know they had their box office report and they talked about it a little bit, and as well as Screen Junkies. And Variety, I think, even had an article on it. So you can go check that out, find those articles. And I wanted to put my 2 cents on here because I'm an average film goer. I don't consider myself a professional movie critic. I do reviews for films, but I don't get paid for them, and I don't have my score on Rotten Tomatoes being counted along with all those other critics. So I'm just a movie fan talking about movies. That's how I look at my videos, and that's how I think I should look at them, because I shouldn't have a huge ego, because my ego can be big enough sometimes. So it got me thinking, well, okay, let's look at this from my perspective. Yeah, I went to go see Pirates of the Caribbean last weekend. It was a movie, a franchise that I enjoy. But I know several people. I hope people from the studios are watching this. I know several people, my friends, my family, my small core group of people, that did not care about the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise anymore. As a matter of fact, one of my cousins didn't even know that there was a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie coming out. So that's how much she cares about the franchise. And she was somebody that enjoyed the original Pirates of the Caribbean movie. She really liked that original one. And I know she saw the second one, and then after that she dropped out because the second one and the third one didn't grab her attention. Same thing with another cousin that I know. He was somebody that thought the first one was good, and then after that, he didn't care. Slowly, the interest for the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise began to drop. And there's a couple of other movies like that. So, obviously, there is a decline in interest with the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Reviews can help you figure out why that is. Why are people losing interest in this franchise? The reviews are letting you know. For me, I love the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Do I think they're masterpieces? No, I wouldn't put them in the top. I talk about my top trilogies of all time. I would put the original Star Wars trilogy up there. I would put the original Lord of the Rings trilogy up there. I would put the Dark Knight trilogy up there. I wouldn't put the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise up with those ones. I'd probably put it somewhere in maybe my top 20. I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. Think about other trilogies. You know what's a great trilogy that would be up there? The Toy Story trilogy. That's a great trilogy. The Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy has its flaws. Especially, as much as I enjoy the trilogy, even I can see its flaws. They just don't bother me as much as they do everybody else. That's the difference between me and other people when it comes to Pirates of the Caribbean. Baywatch, on the other hand, let me get to Baywatch now, because this is another movie that apparently underperformed. And it had Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which is great. The trailers just didn't hook me. That's the reason why I didn't go see it. And, if I had it my way, I would be seeing every movie left and right. If I had enough money to go see it. And that's another situation which I'll get to. But yeah, Baywatch just didn't seem funny to me. And that's why I avoided it at all costs. Especially when critics were saying it was bad. That was a movie I was on the fence about. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to go check it out. Unless reviews can, convince me otherwise. That's how I look at reviews. When I look at Rotten Tomatoes, I'm not looking at it as, if a lot of critics like it, I'm going to go see it for sure. If a lot of critics don't like it, I'm not going to go see it. I use it for movies only if they're movies I'm on the fence about or I don't really care about. Because sometimes you can save a good movie that you weren't planning on checking out, but, oh wait, this movie's getting good reviews? Okay, I'll go check it out. But then there's the movies like, for me, Pirates of the Caribbean, where it's a franchise that I know I'm comfortable with, that I know what to expect from it, I know what I want from it, so I ignore the reviews for those ones. It's the movies that you know that you like are the ones that you want to take a chance on yourself, like Batman v Superman last year. I didn't care that Batman v Superman or even Suicide Squad was getting bad reviews. I know the superhero genre. I know what I'm looking for when I go see those type of movies. I know what I want from them. And for me, they deliver what I wanted. Could they have been better? Yeah, of course. Like, the critics were right. I mean, there are problems with the movies, but those are the kind of problems that don't bug me as much as they would maybe the average viewer who doesn't care too much about superhero movies, or people that are a little bit more pickier than I am, So I get that. So now let's get into another situation why I think these movies underperformed. People do not want to take risks if a movie is bad and is getting bad reviews. And if it's getting bad reviews, I don't think studios should attack the critics in saying that, the critics, Studios should be looking at this as a way, okay, well, how do we make the next film better by taking these lessons that we're learning with these bombs? Why didn't this work? Either because it wasn't funny, or people are just getting tired of the same old shtick. That is what the problem is. Also, when you go to the freaking theater, how much are we paying for popcorn and drinks and all that? Now, I know the theater stuff, when it comes to the food stuff, is totally different from the box office tickets. But again, even the tickets, to buy a ticket to go see a movie, $20 to see a movie that you're only going to see for 2 hours. If you're going to make me spend $20 on one ticket, make it worth my while. Don't, give me a half-assed movie. Like, last year, I went to go see Independence Day Resurgence. I did 2 different reviews. One was a group review with 2 other people, and the other one was a solo review, just with me. And that movie was terrible. It was terrible. I was hoping that it would be a fun, dumb action movie, sci-fi, just like the first movie. Instead, it was terrible. One of the worst movies I've seen in recent years. And I felt bad because I was the one that convinced my brother and my cousin to go check it out with me. And I said, hey, if it's bad, at least we got a bad movie to review. And, I don't have too many of those on my channel because I try to avoid them. Because I'm not rich. I can't go and check out every single film. And so I felt kind of bad that I dragged them to go out and see Independence Day Resurgence, especially since my cousin was expecting it to be terrible. Because I thought the trailers looked really good, but the reviews were really bad. And I should have went with my instincts, because when the reviews came out, there was something telling me, I don't feel like going to see this movie. Because it was a movie that I was kind of on the fence about. The trailers look good, but the director hasn't proven to me in recent years that he could direct capable films anymore. That's just me. So, how do we solve this problem? lower your fucking ticket sales. Your ticket sales are a big problem. $20. And then the worst part about it is we have all these other blockbusters we want to go see. So now we're picking and choosing carefully. Someone like me, who's not the richest person in the world, has to pick and choose carefully on what movie I want to see. So I didn't see Baywatch this week, but I saw Pirates, because Pirates is a franchise I'm comfortable with, like I said earlier. Next week, I want to see Wonder Woman. So unfortunately, even if I wanted to see Baywatch, I would have skipped it because it's the least one that I was looking forward to out of those three. You know? And then last week, I had to skip out on Alien Covenant. I really wanted to see that one. And when I heard the movie was getting decent reviews, I kind of felt bad that it got like a 71% drop, because I did want to go and support it, but I have to pick and choose my battles. I can't go and see every movie, unfortunately. So I feel bad that Alien Covenant went down. Unfortunately, you know, because of how crowded the summer movie season is, it's too many tickets to buy. And yeah, I could have went to go and get the seats where I didn't need to reserve my seatings. Sure, why not? But even that, you know, $13, maybe it is a little bit better. But hey, I have a house to pay for. I have a mortgage to pay for, a house to keep up. I need to live in something, you know? And so I gotta just choose wisely. That's the way it has to be. And the popcorn, I try to avoid popcorn now. Sometimes I don't even get popcorn when I go to the theaters, because popcorn and drinks are so freaking expensive. It's unbelievable. Sometimes it almost goes up to $20. Just a medium popcorn and a medium drink is almost $15. I swear. And it's something you're just going to put in your mouth, and it's going to come out later. So it's like, you're not even going to be able to keep it for that long. I know I went too far with that one, but you guys get what I'm saying, right? I mean, there has to be a way to solve this problem. And then you guys are competing with Netflix and online streaming and all that. And, you know, I always support going to the theater and having a good time. But I know people that aren't supporting that anymore. They rather wait for it to come out on Netflix. They can wait 3 months. You guys are not finding ways to make it easier or more affordable for people who aren't rich and can't just go out there. Remember, it costs gas money too. Gas money to go to the theater, depending on how far or close the theater is to someone. These are issues that I feel the studios are going to have to look at and evaluate and try to figure out easier ways for the general audience to really go to the theater. I think if you cut down ticket prices, you will have more people coming in. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Try it for a year and see if there is improvement. Because I guarantee when people find out that ticket prices have been lowered, I would say like $10 for the AVX theater, because I'm paying like $18 to reserve my seat in the AVX, or $21. Get this, $21 for the IMAX. Wow, that's like two popcorns and 2 drinks right there. I don't know, guys. Comment below. Tell me what you think of all this. Are you guys having to pick and choose your battles because of how pricey things could be and how stuffed the summer movie season is? Or not just the summer movie season, but now all year long. You know, we have good movies coming out in the winter as well, in November and December, sometimes even in March and April. We're getting some really good movies that we really want to see. But again, we have to choose wisely, because not everybody can afford to see everything. And this is something studios are going to have to understand. And so you are going to have a lot of bombs out there, unless the movie is getting a lot of good reviews. Then people will take a better chance at going to check it out. So with that being said, I'm ending this video here. I hope you guys like this video and agree with me. If you don't agree with me, comment below and, put down your thoughts on all this. What are solutions that you think the studios can do to kind of get people going back to the theater? Obviously 3D, that's not a thing anymore. That people will see it if they want, but it's not the thing that's drawing people's attention anymore. Comment below and tell me your thoughts. And subscribe to my channel, especially if you are someone that is a fan of film. And until next time, guys, take care.